You're sitting there in your bedsitter, the cold blue glare of the laptop cutting across your face. You just put everything into this project, this side hustle, this dream. And then it happens. The screen flickers, the message pops up, project terminated. Let's be honest about how you process this. Most of us let it crush us. We think it's a sign. But today we're changing the frame. We're moving from failure as a dead end to failure as high-value data. When things fall apart, a story gets written in your nervous system. It feels like a dark sludge in your veins, a raw, exposed circuit wire pulsing in your chest. That story tells you, this is evidence of a limit. This is a gap between who I thought I was and who I actually am. It's a lie that says you were right to be afraid. But that interpretation isn't inevitable, and it definitely isn't neutral. It's actively damaging, and most importantly, it's empirically wrong. Here is the performer's edge. High performers in this city, the ones in the sleek Kilimani boardrooms, actually fail more frequently than the average guy. It's not a coincidence. They fail more because they are operating at the edge of their capabilities. They're testing things that don't have a proven success rate yet. If you're aiming for high performance, your failures are going to be information-rich. What distinguishes the elite isn't that they fail less. It's what they do with it. They have a system. They extract information and apply it to the next move. In their world, a failure doesn't define them. It informs them. Think about Thomas Edison. He didn't just have a motivational poster attitude. He understood experimental learning. Every unsuccessful attempt narrows the solution space. It eliminates what doesn't work and reveals constraints you couldn't see before. This is education for the hardened. The information you get from a real-world crash is categorically unavailable through just planning or thinking. Failure only destroys you if you let it stop you. Otherwise, it's just the education that makes you harder to beat. It's time to stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself stories about your limits. Stop using a bad outcome as an excuse to retreat into safety. The Stoics had a name for this: amor fati, the love of fate. It's not about just accepting bad news. It's the active recognition that difficulty and failure are constitutive parts of a good life. The man who fails extracts the lesson and keeps walking is not the same man who started. He's more resilient. He's better calibrated. The failure wasn't a detour from the path. It was the path. So, how do you actually do this? You start the debrief habit. After every attempt, ask these 3 questions. 1. What went well? Failure is rarely total. Identify the wins so you can build on them. 2. What didn't work? This is your breakdown point. This is where the data lives. 3. What do I do differently? This converts the whole mess into an actionable, forward-looking posture. Consistently doing this turns failure from an emotional event into a data collection event. It strips away the narrative of personal limitation and leaves only the raw mechanics of growth. This method doesn't eliminate the emotional sting. It just ensures the sting doesn't waste the lesson. Stop lying. Start extracting.